The Bible speaks of a time of great tribulation, a period of immense suffering and turmoil that will test the very essence of humanity. A time of hardship unlike anything the world has ever seen, where the struggles of today pale in comparison to the trials that lie ahead. Many believe this time is not a question of if, but when. The signs are becoming increasingly difficult to ignore, and the sense of impending doom grows stronger with each passing day. Look around, the signs are everywhere. Nations rise against nations, brother turns against brother. The world is engulfed in conflict, and peace seems like a distant memory. The very fabric of our world seems to be unraveling. Natural disasters strike with unprecedented frequency and intensity, leaving devastation in their wake. Is this the beginning of the end? The global pandemic has shown us how fragile our societies are, how quickly our way of life can be disrupted. Are we witnessing the birth pangs of the Great Tribulation? The signs are all around us and the sense of urgency is palpable. The answers, my friends, are closer than you might think. In these times of uncertainty, many turn to faith, seeking solace and guidance in the words of ancient texts and the comfort of community.
Syria, once a beacon of history and culture, is now consumed by civil war. Families torn apart, cities reduced to rubble. The echoes of ancient civilizations are now drowned out by the sounds of gunfire and explosions. The vibrant markets and bustling streets are now ghostly remnants of their former selves. The human cost is immeasurable, with countless lives lost and futures shattered. This is the face of conflict, a grim foreshadowing of what's to come. The scars of war are etched deeply into the landscape and the hearts of its people. The once thriving communities are now desolate and abandoned, a stark reminder of the fragility of peace. The Holy Land, a place sacred to billions, remains a land of division. Despite its spiritual significance, it is marred by political strife and territorial disputes. The ancient walls and holy sites stand as silent witnesses to the ongoing turmoil. The conflict between Israel and Palestine continues to simmer, threatening to ignite into a full-blown war. The cycle of violence and retaliation seems unending, with each side bearing deep-seated grievances and a longing for justice and peace. This is not just another news cycle. It is a stark reality for those living in these conflict zones. The stories of suffering and resilience are often overshadowed by the sheer scale of the violence. These are the seeds of tribulation, sown in fertile ground, waiting to sprout. The world watches, often helplessly, as these conflicts unfold. The hope for a peaceful resolution remains, but the path to it is fraught with challenges and uncertainties.
The war in Ukraine has shattered the illusion of peace in Europe. Once a distant conflict, it now reverberates through the hearts and minds of people far beyond its borders. The images of families huddled in subway stations, the ruins of once vibrant cities, and the brave soldiers on the front lines paint a grim picture of the human cost of war. A once distant conflict now casts a long shadow across the globe. Protests erupt in cities worldwide as people demand an end to the violence. International news channels broadcast the harrowing scenes, and global military movements signal a world on edge, teetering on the brink of further escalation. This is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace. Peaceful cityscapes have been transformed into war zones, and countless individuals are forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge from the chaos. The before and after images of these war-torn cities serve as a haunting testament to the devastation wrought by conflict. And what about America, the land of the free, the bastion of democracy? As the world grapples with the turmoil abroad, America faces its own internal struggles. The American flag waves proudly, yet beneath its folds, a nation grapples with deep-seated divisions. Division festers within its own borders, threatening to erupt into chaos. Protests and political rallies highlight the growing unrest as citizens voice their frustrations and fears. News footage captures the tension, revealing a country at a crossroads. The potential for civil unrest looms large. The presence of the National Guard and police in American cities underscores the gravity of the situation. People prepare for the worst, as tension-filled public gatherings become more frequent. The world watches, holding its breath. Global leaders react to the unfolding events, while people around the world watch the news intently, hoping for a resolution. International newsrooms report on the latest developments as the situation remains fluid and unpredictable. Will America stand as a beacon of hope, or will it succumb to the darkness? The Statue of Liberty stands tall, shrouded in dark clouds, symbolizing the uncertainty of the times. Yet, amidst the conflict, there are also scenes of unity and hope, reminding us of the resilience of the human spirit. The question remains, will America rise above its challenges, or will it be engulfed by them?
Section 4, A World Divided. Look beyond the headlines. Global powers engage in a dangerous dance of military might and political posturing. Tensions rise like floodwaters, threatening to break the dam of diplomacy. China's growing influence, Russia's aggression, and the shifting alliances of nations create a powder keg of uncertainty. The world holds its breath, praying for peace, but bracing for the storm. We are at a crossroads. The path we choose today will determine our destiny.
Section 5. The hour grows late, the clock is ticking, the prophecies of old are unfolding before our very eyes. We must awaken to the urgency of our times. This is not a time for complacency, it is not a time for denial. This is a time for action. We must turn to God, seeking His guidance and protection. We must prepare ourselves spiritually for the trials that lie ahead.
Section 6. Seek refuge now. The Bible offers hope amidst the darkness. It speaks of a refuge, a safe haven from the coming storm. That refuge is Jesus Christ. He is our only hope. He is our only salvation. Turn to Him now, while there is still time. Seek His forgiveness, accept His love, and find peace in the midst of the storm. The great tribulation is coming. But for those who are prepared, there is nothing to fear. Subscribe for more blessed content like this, and help us by sharing this content with more people. Gratitude.